I'm going to ask one man to give his testimony. This man, a lot of you know him. I've known Charlie for a lot of years. When I saw him last October and the state he was in, unbelievable. I did not believe it was the same man. And I'll let him share his testimony there.
62, overweight, and had serious health issues with my back. I lay in Musgrave one day and the consultant told me, "You'll do well to walk again, that won't work." But had the operation and it went on for a number of years, reasonable lifestyle. But every now and again my back went wrong. Pigeons were the problem, by the way, because I remember in young days, whenever there was only Kilpatricks from the Croslands pigeon corn, you put 225 kilos in that shoulder, on one bag in that hand you run up to put it in people's cars. My dad used to say, "Use the truck bar, use the truck bar." But this time 2 years ago, I had a flare up and I was in bad shape. I couldn't lift my leg high enough to get into the van and work, couldn't get onto the forklift. Most days at dinner time I had to go home and lay down for the simple reason I couldn't bear to stand up. Now, if you'd asked me what was wrong, it was that hip joint. I could put my finger on it, but it was actually coming from my spine. So they sent me to the hospital, going to physiotherapy every couple of weeks, and I was struggling. So 4 of us went over to Cleveland to judge at a bird show. One of the guys is at the back here tonight, and it was a hard drive. I was near pulling out, to be honest, but driving to Cleveland, no shape, I was in dodgy. So of course, the 3 of them was away across the car park. They went to the hall, even though they're considerably older than me. But I'm coming across the car park, and Colin opens the door. "What's wrong with you?" So I told him, and his words to me, "I'm curious." All right.
I don't think I used the word cure.
I have total confidence in his prowess with the birds. Use them. Totally confident in them. So that was a Sunday morning. Thursday or Friday, envelope arrives in a post with a syringe with 2 mils on it. So Sunday morning, right, we'll try this. Bang it 30 times, put in a litre of water, and I started drinking it. Exactly the same system as the birds. But Wednesday, the pain that I said was in my hip wasn't improved. It was gone. I mean gone. The next Tuesday I had to go to physiotherapy. So this guy had you doing all sorts of exercises, stand on one foot, do this, do that. To me it was a little crap, but you did it anyway. So I was into physiotherapy on Tuesday, and he says, trying the exercises, he says, "I think you're improved a bit." So I said to him, "Hold on a second, let's cut the chase here." I walked over, pulled the chair out, did that, and he looks at me and this was his words, "What happened?" I don't know what happened. I don't understand this, really honest. I haven't got a clue, but it works. Right. I'm as passionate about my canaries, crazy, as anybody in this room is with their pigeons. But the stuff for your health is far more important than the stuff for the pigeons and the birds. It has given me a new lease of life. Now in the last 8 weeks, I'll say I'm 62 and I'm overweight. I was up Sleep Downard. I went up to Hurst Gap along Trossy Track, up over Comada, over 2 other mountains, and back down. It's about 10 miles. The dog was tired up now. A couple of weeks ago, my son was home from Australia. He's a doctor. He has questioned me all about this. It's all in your head. I says, "Hold on. Whenever I give 307 to the birds that's going light, it cures them. It's not in their head." So him and me went up and did the pinion loop. It's about 7.5 miles. And he's 30, and he wasn't in front of me whenever we went down. 2 years ago, I was crippled. What Colin says about me going into the show, Alan Castle's down there to tell you, I was disaster. I did nothing else, only take that. That's all I can say.